Welcome to the Josie Show, where it's artist to artist chat about making art and selling art, because I think artists should get paid. In fact, one of the first steps to selling your art is pricing it right, and that's not easy. To help you out, I put together a pricing worksheet that takes the mystery out of pricing your art and will make your art irresistible to collectors. Find the free guide at josielewis.com/pricing. First of all, for the first 15 years or so of my life, being a full-time artist, I was also a part-time waitress. I sold art, but it wasn't consistent, and I needed the waitress gig to keep me afloat. I really enjoyed this time of my art journey. I wasn't on social media or even thinking about the internet, so this was all strictly analog. I did tons of shows and art fairs and holiday markets and all the things. My income was a decent side hustle, but I was not yet full-time. I was also in school, first as an undergrad, and I got my BFA, and then grad school for my MFA, and in between coursework and teaching and making art, building a business was not high on my list of things that I was thinking about at all. In fact, having a business selling art was generally frowned upon by the institutions I was a part of. The general expectation after grad school is that I would try to become a college professor somewhere and sell my work through a gallery. Neither of those options was immediately available or even attractive to me, so I needed to come up with something different. So, here are a few things I did. Most of these happened organically over time as I eased into the social media world and started thinking about ways I could sell my art to my social media followers. The first thing I did that helped me to sell more than $1 million of art was I started thinking like a business. A small business has to care about things like profit margin and demand and customer service and a lot of other things too. So I went from caring only about the art I was making and what I thought about it and what I cared about, to thinking also about how I could price it and present it and offer it to my audience in the best possible way. The second thing I did to make $1 million was stopped working with galleries. I don't have anything against galleries, and I would for sure work with one again in the right circumstances. But galleries may or may not be able to even sell your work. Galleries take 50% of the sale price. There is not really a clear path to even connecting with the gallery, and most gallery artist relationships are dependent on developing a connection over time. I didn't like having to depend basically on a gatekeeper to decide if my work was worth selling, so I stopped even trying to make it work. Instead, the third thing I did to sell $1 million worth of art was to create a highly functional art commerce website. I enjoy taking the bull by the horns, eliminating the middleman, and controlling as many aspects of the process as I possibly can. Waiting for other people or institutions to declare my work important or viable was, frankly, dumb. By having a website, I could take my business and my career into my own hands and let her rip. The fourth thing I did to sell $1 million of art was I started listening to my audience. Selling a couple pieces of art here and there might be lucky, like you make your thing and then someone sees it and wants to buy it. Yay. But selling a lot of art, that's planning. That's paying attention to what people are responding to. You can do this in real life, at an exhibition, or on social media in the form of engagement, or in sales, in the form of the actual cash money that people will spend on a certain kind of art. Now, I don't want to sound like a soulless curmudgeon. What we want to do here is, number one, make what makes your artist's soul happy, and number two, make what people want to buy. The combination of those two elements coming together is what will accelerate your art business. Number five, the fifth thing I started to do to sell a lot of art, I started to believe in Christmas. The rumors are true, my friend. People spend a lot more money at Christmas. From mid-November to mid-January, I often make between 30 to even 50% of my entire year of revenue. It takes a lot of focus and planning to make it all work, but it's a great time to sell art. The sixth thing I did to sell a lot of art, I created price tiers so I could access different audience budgets. I have no-brainer merch like prints for 20 bucks, but I also created a six-figure commission project at an international airport. And I've done everything in between. And finally, number 7, the 7th thing that I've done that helps me sell a lot of art, I only do shop updates rather than selling all the time. Every 4 to 6 weeks, I do a weekend shop update that's only available for that weekend. This drives urgency and scarcity, and also is helpful for me to have a better studio rhythm where I can batch my time and my focus. There you have it, the 7 things that I did to be able to sell more than $1 million of art.